following video will be an attempt to add something to the discussion that is useful concerning an incident that happened in Las Vegas at the transition between one month and another, April to May 2023. After the first light in the sky, April 30th at 11:50 p.m. approximately, from a meteor coming into the atmosphere, there was a May 1st, 12:25 a.m. 911 call about a big, skinny, greenish creature, 10 feet tall, with big feet, big mouth, and big shiny eyes, 100% not human, hiding behind a forklift in a Las Vegas, quote, backyard. Should be either backyard or back lot. We don't have that completely worked out yet. Anyway, and the person seeing this was momentarily dealing with the backyard or back lot area seeming blurry. He also said that he heard thousands of footsteps, and then another person said, "I can hear its loud, deep breathing, and its stomach kept moving." I'm not sure what that means. The individuals appear to speak a mixture of English and Spanish as their base language, but I can't tell. So what they're saying is probably roughly translated from a different language. Anyway, the 2023 Las Vegas Backyard UFO Circle happened, however, April 2022. And there's the coordinates for its location. I'm not trying to dox the person or the family or the kid that did this, but I want to point out a conviction for calling in a hoax 911 call can carry a 4-year prison sentence as a Category E felony in Nevada. Now, I don't think they're going to apply that, and I don't believe the person did this deliberately. I'm going to offer a suggestion of what might have happened, but here we go. This is the 911 call paper dispatch yada yada thing printout. It's redacted. Got it off of a website. Let's move on. I'll include a link to a copy of this that I'll upload. It's actually quite hard to find any useful data about the subject, suspiciously. It also has been pointed out that the original news channel that posted the story and broke it has a conflict of interest because they have a UFO believer on staff who basically was show running it. Let's move on. Raw video, coyote jumps fence in Pecan Grove neighborhood. Witnesses saw a coyote maybe 8 feet above the ground, but was on top of something. Then a quote that was originally part of the story that we're discussing, totally unrelated to the coyotes. We went inside the house and started praying. As we were praying, we could hear loud human-like screams. Anybody who's been camping, especially if they've been camping with someone with some experience, has been able to be hearing horrible noises and finding out it's coyotes getting each other's attention. This is a screenshot of one of the videos supposedly showing the area. If you're not aware of it already, it was done using Google Earth or Google Maps or a variation like that. And it's not a drone video of the area, although some of the links will say that that's a picture from a drone shot. The top of the building is notable because it has an LFF 4004 written on this Connex container or shipping container. Okay, what? Okay, actually, the computer's behaving itself for once. So anyway, let's go back and forth. It's the same yard. And when you look it up, there's the circle. Kind of convenient, isn't it? And I'm going to bring up the, quote, backyard versus back lot fence line that could be interesting here. So let's continue. The individual said he was working on fixing a pickup truck or vehicle on the property or near it, somewhere around here, and he said there was a forklift or something, the creature was hiding behind. Now, you're going to see a set of videos that claim to be from this incident. They're not. They're actually from a completely unrelated video that's from a while back. So we're going to do a real simple thing. We're going to hit the time function here. And we're now looking at 6/2023. That's June 2023. The area is gone over not by satellites, but by aerial photography. Let's go back. Go back again. Now we're at June 2022. This is a year old, and there's the circle. Let's go forward another notch. Okay, so every year around June, we have a circle because it wasn't there after a while. Now, what would cause it, I'll bring up in a minute, but let's just go back a little bit further. And there we have April with the same circle. And here it is again. And then it's gone again, beginning of April 2022. Let's go back another notch, 2021. 2021, much earlier. I don't think we're going to get very clear images. Here we go. Okay. Move a little bit more. A little more. Okay, that's enough. Let's just go ahead and put that back to the standard timer. Now, let me show you what caused the circles most likely. If you haven't figured it out, obviously, there's a bunch of trailers in the back area here. These are not caused by someone doing donuts on motorcycles. The center position here is almost exactly the center between this little building and the edge of where everything's parked. Someone brings in a trailer and does a circle around and then parks it in whatever way they can get away with into any angle. This means that this is going to be where they do a hard drag on probably a posi-track rear of a vehicle like a pickup truck. That's the most likely scenario. That's it. That's what caused it. And it's been there for over a year. Now, the idea that, again, we have to do the whole, coyotes sitting on the fence kind of thing, or it could have been raccoons. Any animal can do this. If you have two animals nose to nose and they're up on a fence, their eyes will still retro-reflect some of them, especially coyotes and of course, raccoons. And you'll see two eyes that are much further apart and would indicate a big critter that's pretty tall. But only coyotes make noises that sound like humans that I've noticed in the past. So there's our backyard fence. He was seeing it over a fence, so was it in this lot area? Okay, next idea. If it wasn't there, if the person went all the way back here where there would probably be a forklift or whatever the guy was referring to, where was it located? Now here's your pickup truck that's probably used for putting all the things back there. If that's I'm pretty sure that's their hunk of dirt and that's their area they work in. The forklift, I'm not seeing one here, but let's do the timer thing. Okay. Blurry, but okay. Let's go back a little further, a little further, a little further. Lots of activity, moving stuff around, but that central circle is the thing that seems to be the focal point for a lot of stuff. There, that's our clear image. We're going to use that one. Do we see a forklift? That was actually the wording that was used by somebody involving this. I'm sure one of these is a forklift, and someone will be able to figure it out. But this area back here is where they're parking lots of cars, and if there were cars backed up against this fence, something could have stood on it, on hind legs. Or it could have just been a person back there messing around with them. Or it could have been the reflector lights off the back of one of these RVs or trailers, two of them just far enough apart to look like eyes. There's 100 examples of things that could cause this. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to get us to where we're in the middle of the circle here. Let's just see if I can get zoomed in enough. Here we go. Let's get zoomed in to where I'm right on the ground. Okay, and I'm going to do the center button trick where I rotate myself as much as I can. And now we're at ground layer in the yard, quote unquote, or mostly in the probably in the area we would probably refer to this as being a lot or a storage area. So turn around and look around at the Connex containers. Yes, this is Google 3D work, as horrifying as it looks. It is what we have. It is what it is. And we're about, eye level here is 8 feet. Pretty close to it. So that's what would be seen back here. Now let's try getting over to the backyard area. Let's just call it that. Let's put ourselves over there real quick. Let's see if we can do this without flipping out the computer. So this is the back area, their backyard proper. And let's turn around and get his view. Now, if he was referring to the back area here, he could have been referring to, oh, look, there's a big RV back there that could have had a pair of reflectors on it that could have been seen in the night because he shined a light out the window or whatever. And really, that's all I've got to work with here. We don't have much information on this, and it's almost deliberate that way. And that's fine. I mean, we don't have to have any more information about it, right? Right. Okay. So, the circle there was put in 2022. It's a result of the rear wheel, probably on a posi-track vehicle, if I was to guess, and I'm going to. And nobody critically analyzed this because the original news source, a Channel 8 News, has a person on staff with a heavy bias towards believing and not listening. And the individual now has posted their video on YouTube for all to see, and he's some young kid who thought he saw something in the backyard that he probably did see. But there are cars parked along the line here where something could have just sat on it and had glowing eyes like a coyote or a raccoon. And this was many, many minutes after the explosion in the distance of a meteor coming into the atmosphere and breaking the sound barrier. And it could have been something over this low fence back here, like maybe one of these things. It could have been anything. Do I believe that there were aliens in the backyard? No. Next, I'm pretty sure there's 100 other explanations I can come up with, but am I just trying to run this away? No. The likelihood of this being an alien craft impact is zero because the evidence they showed was there from a year before. Next, that data, use it as you wish, and again, knowingly calling in a hoax on 911 is a felony and 4 years. Believing what you're saying means that you can't be prosecuted. And I say we cut this person a break. This was a mistake on that person's part. As for it being a hoax on purpose, I'm willing to give the person the benefit of the doubt because that's what you're supposed to do to people who are teenagers that make simple mistakes. Next thing is I want to point out one little detail. The person who was back here could have actually been back here and experienced a quote-unquote, he said it was like a shockwave or something like that he was hit with. He could have actually been the victim of something blowing up in the back here, like a tank of some kind or some fuel or something like that, for all I know. We don't know anything about that. But it could have been something like that that knocked him down and knocked him senseless for a minute, too. Just saying. Anyway, thanks for watching. Have a good day. Good luck with that. And, yeah, we have confirmation that there is no evidence there because that circle was there for a year before. Bye.